Right, microphones are on. I think we're live. Good evening, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us. And we are going to be doing a three-player game of War of the Ring, the card game. This is a new game. Came out at Essen Spiel this year, and we covered this a couple of weeks ago, didn't we?
Yeah.
Was it 2 weeks ago?
2
3 weeks
ago,
ago?
exactly.
2 weeks ago, exactly.
Yeah.
I've gotten all of the rules of how to play the game, but we're going to be doing the three-player duel tonight. So we're not going to. This isn't a sponsored video, so this is just for fun. Thank you very much to all of my patron supporters for funding the channel. But yeah, not a sponsored video. And yeah, we're not going to be going through all of the rules of how you play the game like we did last time. We're just going to be going through how the three-player game works. So the scenario we played last time was the trilogy scenario, which it says is designed to be played by two teams of 2 players each. There is a 2-player duel, and then there is a 3-player variant of the 2-player duel. So that's what we're going to do. In this variant of the 2-player duel, one Free People's player, Gandalf, plays against 2 Shadow players, the Witch King and Saruman. The Gandalf player uses similar rules to the 2-player duel, so I think we're going to have to read 2-player duel rules, while the Shadow players use similar rules to the trilogy scenario.
Okay.
Right, so.
Yeah, well, that makes sense.
Now, starting player and turn order. So the Gandalf player begins the game with the starting player token. Gandalf is followed by the Witch King, then Gandalf plays again, then Saruman. So, we just need to decide who's going to be Gandalf.
So Gandalf is going to be all of the good guys.
It's going to be all of the good. Let's just find the Gandalf card, which I think is in here. Yeah. So let's find the Gandalf card. Gandalf. Well, which Gandalf card? Let's have Gandalf the Grey. Right. Are you Gandalf?
Oh. Yes.
Right, okay. So that was that done. Right, so which means you're the Witch King.
Okay.
And then it'll go back to you as Gandalf, and then it'll go back to me and I'm Saruman.
Should I sit on the opposite side of the table?
No, that's fine. Yeah, should be fine, because it's there, then there, then there.
Right.
It works like that. So the Gandalf gets all the Free People's cards. So you get all of the cards.
Okay.
Then the Witch King gets the Mordor cards. That's what I played last time.
Mm-hmm.
And then Saruman gets Isengard, Monstrous, and Southrons.
Yeah.
Right, we've done that. If we get anything wrong, if anybody has played this, let us know. The setup. Oh, and then you shuffle your decks, don't you? Yeah, I assume you shuffle. There's no starting cards. So in the setup here, it says Gandalf player draws 4 cards. In the setup here, it says each Shadow player draws 7 cards, but must cycle 2 of them, leaving 5 cards. The Gandalf player draws 6 and cycles none.
So I'm going to shuffle all these
You
cards
shuffle
into one great big
all
fat deck.
those cards together into one big deck,
And then draw 6.
and then you'll draw 6.
You're actually getting more cards than what you would have got.
I am, but I'm worried about card distribution. I'd be interested to see how this works.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, when you played Magic, the smaller the deck, the tighter it was, the more controlled it was, and you
Yeah.
got the cards you wanted. Whereas a massive deck,
Right.
they don't.
Everybody gets a ring token, but it doesn't do what it did in the previous game. Instead, if you use a ring token as an action, you draw the top 3 cards of your deck into your hand. You must then eliminate 1 card from your hand, and then you cycle 1 card from your hand. So,
A bit
yeah,
like
so that's,
bit like the Palantir.
that's different. Oh, it says each player starts with each player starts with 1 ring token, which can be used once per round. Ah,
Per round.
per round. So it's not 1 use only. Interesting.
Ah, is that something we got wrong last time?
Nope.
Because this is different
No.
rules.
Different rules.
Okay.
It's quite a big thing to eliminate a card, though, isn't it? If you're doing it every
Yeah.
round, you could end up with a very small deck very quickly.
Yeah. So special rules for the duel, which I assume is the same. Path scoring. After path combat, the Gandalf player only places the path in the scoring area if the total number of shield icons exceeds the number of skull icons. Because before, as long as you cancelled all of them, you got it. Now you've got to have more shields than skulls. If they're the same number, neither side scores it.
Okay.
Okay. Each player, when game or activation text,
Sorry, if neither side scores it, does that mean it goes out? It gets
you just remove
discarded,
it.
or
Yeah. Each player, when game or activation text direct each free people's player or each shadow player to do something, follow the directions twice. That's in the 2-player duel. In the 3-player duel, doesn't say. It says the shadow players use. Yeah, the shadow players. Right. So if it says each free people's player, you do it twice.
Yeah.
If it says each shadow player, we just do it once. We're basically playing that. Yeah. Okay. If a card directs each player to do one or more of these actions, complete the directions once, then do them again. Right. Okay. So during the draw step, when's the draw step? Step 5 of each round. Gandalf draws 6 cards. Each shadow player draws 4 cards. It probably says it on here. Yeah, here we go. Draw step, 3-player, Gandalf 6 cards, each shadow player 4 cards. Starting player token is passed to the next player. I don't think we need to pass a token, do we? Or do we? Yeah, we probably do. I don't know who starts with the Gandalf player starts with it. The Gandalf player begins the game with the starting player token. Gandalf is followed by the Witch King. Then Gandalf again. Then Saruman. Oh, that's just the starting player token. But I think play goes clockwise.
Okay.
Yeah, I think in the action step, or maybe not actually. Ring tokens can be used once per game by the we can only use them once per game, but we use the trilogy rules. So for us,
Okay.
if we use it, we draw 2 cards.
right?
For you can use it once per round
Mhm.
for the thing I mentioned.
So it's
It's got a
different.
much bigger deck, so it doesn't matter too much.
Yeah,
It's eliminating
yeah.
cards.
2-player duel special rules for path scoring and each player are applied. Yeah, that can't be right. I don't think that's right.
Does seem a bit strange.
Well, the 2-player duel special rules for each player, I don't think should apply. Not to the shadow players. Because then we'd get to do it. No, that can't be right. If anybody knows, yeah, let me know. But yeah, I'm pretty sure actions just go clockwise around the table. But the starting player token goes there, then there, then there, then there,
Right.
then there, etc., etc. Now, how do you win this game? Is it the same? I guess it's the same. There's nothing different about how you win. So it was getting 20 points, wasn't it, or something? Or being 10 ahead, or just being ahead. Being ahead at the end, but if you're
Yeah.
ahead by 10
At any point.
in the whatever step,
Yeah.
then you win.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll see how we get on. It'll be it'll be a relearning game for me. And then there's the Fellowship of the Ring, which is a 2-player short scenario following the journey described in the first book of the trilogy. We're not playing that. So yeah, very little rules changes. So you can actually play the trilogy scenario with 2 or 3 people. But anyway, right, we'll give it a go. So we're drawing 7 and cycling 2.
But didn't you say a minute ago you were drawing 4?
In the draw step,
In the
yes.
draw step.
Yeah, but at the start of the game,
Start with, okay.
At the start of the game, I draw 6, the same as I do.
Okay, yeah.
you draw 6 and keep all 6.
Same as in the.
We draw 7 and cycle 2. Right, so I have Saruman staff. I don't have Saruman. So I'm going to just cycle those 2 cards. Oh, cycling is
Discarding.
face down, isn't it? So people don't see what you've cycled. Right. Okay, so just more of a refresher for me. The game round sequence is location step. The starting player activates a battleground and then a path. Then the action step, where we take turns. Then the combat step, where you resolve the combat on the active battleground and the path. On active battlegrounds. Then there's the victory check. Then there's the draw step. And then the different actions you can do are you can play 1 card, but to do so you have to cycle a card. You can move a character or army that was in your reserve as long as they weren't played this round to an active path or battleground. You can cycle a card from your hand. You can winnow, which we got wrong last time. So winnowing is eliminating 2 cards from your hand to draw 1 card. There is use an action and there's use a ring token. And then instead of taking an action, you can pass, but only if the number of cards in your hand is less than or equal to your carryover limit, which is 2, or it is less than each enemy player. There you go. Clear as mud. So, the starting player activates 1 battleground and 1 path. And because it's your turn, we activate one of those battlegrounds. So we have Edoras
And
we
Bag
have
End.
Bag End. So this is...
The Hobbit player draws 2 cards.
yeah, so you do that now. So that's you. So you draw 2 cards. And this is Isengard units can attack this battleground. It's got 1 innate defense, and Rohirrim and Gandalf units can defend it. Just going to zoom in a bit because we don't need all of that space, I don't think. And these can kind of go over here. Right, so it's the action step. Off you go, Mr. Gandalf, sir.
Edoras. Helm's Deep must also be activated.
Oh, right.
It's getting real pretty quick.
Yep.
Helm's Deep. The Rohan player draws 5 cards.
There you go.
From these may play 1 army or character on Helm's Deep.
And then cycles the
Then
rest.
Cycle the rest.
Yeah.
5 cards. 1 army or character on Helm's Deep. So that's going to be 1 character.
So what the special rule about we win the ties on there and there? Or
Only
is it just
paths.
Only paths. Okay.
But no, if there's a tie, nobody gets it.
Right. Okay. Or the defender.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But only on paths. Okay. Yeah.
So this is down to me then, I guess. But that's the Mordor player. You're just going to be placing units in reserve, ready.
Rohan player draws 5 cards, may play 1 army or
Character
character
on Helm's Deep. So out of those 5 that you've drawn, yeah, it's from these. You may play an army on here, but it has to be a Rohan army or a wizard army. And then cycles the rest. Yes, nice. Okay, now we go to the action step. So take turns performing actions.
Do you mind if I took one of those player rates?
Yeah.
That'll be.
Well, you need the shadow one.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you.
And you want the side for dual scenarios.
Well, I'm going to play a card into reserve.
David missed the start. How do you play the game at 3 player? I'd recommend rewinding. You should be able to rewind, David. We read through the rule book literally while we were setting up because none of us knew how to play it at 3 players either.
Put that like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll put my reserve cards here. So I'm going to play Soldiers of Gondor.
Yep.
And cycle that card to do so. So that was
Okay.
Gandalf.
So you've cycled the card, play, and you're putting them into play in your reserve.
In reserve.
So you need a. You can't move this card this turn token.
Okay. I'm going to play Mouth of Sauron in reserve. So I'm assuming I'll put that on there.
You have to cycle a card, and if you want to turn your cycle cards sideways,
Yeah.
because otherwise you might get mixed up as to. Is that not your cycle pile?
That's my cycle pile. All right. So I see you want to put the whole pile sideways.
Yep. Right then. So I'm going to play some Wolf Riders to Edoras. So I can, because that match is there, and I have to cycle a card to do so, which I will. So at the moment, the Wolf Riders have got 2 swords against the 1 shield of Edoras.
Yeah.
Because there's nobody at Edoras.
I'm going to play Merry Brandybuck into Bag End.
So that's that shield there.
So he's one of the hobbits that gets, if he gets eliminated in combat, he automatically gets cycled instead.
Yes.
Okay.
And he can support Rohan armies.
Very hardy.
Wow.
It's more difficult to kill than the Witch King or Aragorn, I think, or Saruman, certainly.
Okay.
So it's on me, is it?
Yep.
I'm wondering if we should contest this.
It's a point.
Are you going to contribute? Or, I mean, I might as well, right?
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, these get eliminated, though, won't they?
The attackers get eliminated.
I'm going to cycle this card.
Okay. So at the moment, it's 1 skull against 1 shield, which means it's tied, so nobody's going to get the points.
And the ring was once per turn,
For you, once per round.
once per round.
Yeah. We probably want to put that on camera.
And for you, it's once per
Once
round.
per game.
Are we sure about that?
Yeah.
It seems a bit strange that it should be different. Okay. So you've done that. So it's me to go again, isn't it?
If it was a 2-player duel, it would be the same rules.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'll use the ring.
So,
I
you draw 3,
No.
add
Is
them
it-
to your hand.
Add them to my hand.
Yeah.
So any cards from my hand.
You must now eliminate 1 card from your hand and cycle 1 card from your hand. So one of your cards goes bye-bye.
I assume that because there's some cards in that deck that basically when eliminated, they
I
can
think I've missed a go,
be
didn't I?
cycled.
Yeah, because you played that.
And it's back.
I started with that.
Yeah.
Then you played that.
No,
Then
then Rob played that.
I played that.
Then I played that.
Then I played.
Then you played that.
that.
Then Rob played that. So it's me.
No, it's me.
It
I
goes
got-
back. It goes
No,
back.
turn sequence always goes
Oh,
clockwise.
Yeah.
This marker
It's only the start player.
will
Okay.
pass like that. But turn sequence is
No,
always
but
clockwise.
it's me, one of
No.
you two, then me, then one of you two, then me, then one
Well-
of you two. I get the same number of turns as you.
Yeah, no, that would make
So-
sense. So yeah, so it's starting player and turn order. The Gandalf player begins the game with the starting player token. Gandalf is followed by the Witch King, then Gandalf plays again, then Saruman. Okay.
So I'm gonna.
It does make sense that you get 2 goes for every time we get a go, but this is not clear. Because in the duel scenario, it doesn't really matter because you just bounce back and forth. Yeah, that's not clear. Actions. Players take turns taking actions or passing, beginning with the starting player until all have passed consecutively. So what we're going to do, we're going to play it that the turn order
Mm.
actually goes like that as well.
Yeah.
So you get 2 turns.
That's how I understood it.
Yeah. Well, I thought it was that, but then I think what it was saying is that moves around like that. But it does say starting player and turn order.
It's actually better for the Free People's player if they do it in player order rather than
I think so.
Yeah.
Because then they can delay.
Yeah.
If anybody knows, if anybody knows, let me know. But the game's fairly new, and I'm not sure about that. It's a question that I will ask on BGG, unless it's already been asked. If anybody knows,
On the game round, Gandalf, Witch King, Gandalf, Saruman.
yeah. So that's this. This goes Gandalf, Witch King, Gandalf, Saruman.
But it says on the
So that's where this goes.
it says here on the game round,
Yes.
which suggests that each game round consists of that sequence as well.
No.
Or am I misreading that?
But play always goes clockwise. Yeah, the action step. Yeah, it's not clear. The 3-player rules definitely. I mean, there's definitely something that's wrong. The bit about saying the each player rules apply shouldn't apply to us, because otherwise we'd be doing everything that says each player twice each, and that's not right. So the 3-player rules are definitely a little bit.
Well, I think it's different. I mean,
Unclear.
if you're the one player who's playing 2 factions,
You
then
do it
you
twice.
do things twice.
That's obvious, but that's
Yeah.
not what the rules say.
Oh, okay.
The rules say that we do it twice as well.
Can be right.
Brendan saying it would seem overpowered for the shadow if Gandalf only got 1 turn to your 2. Yeah, but remember, you can take as many turns as you want in this game. And in
Limited.
fact, delaying is actually somewhat beneficial.
You're limited by what the cards in your hand, really, aren't you?
Mm.
It's the only thing.
It's an interesting point.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think because it says here under the game round,
Yeah,
the order in 3 players is that.
yeah. So that's the order in which this token moves.
But isn't this a start player for the round? So
Exactly.
within a round, i.e. the game round, we're playing Gandalf, Witch King, Gandalf, Saruman.
No. Because in round 2, that will go there.
Yeah, and then we play another game round, which
And then it
consists of
won't be Gandalf, Witch King, Gandalf, Saruman.
Okay, but maybe it'd just be a
It'll
cycle
be
of
Witch
that.
King. Yeah, it's just.
Witch King, Gandalf, Saruman, Gandalf.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know. It's odd.
Yeah.
So what do we think? Bouncing turns or
I-
just clockwise?
I think
I think that seems fair. I think it would have explicitly said that if it was going to be different.
it's bouncing turns.
Okay,
Otherwise it
we'll,
doesn't make
we'll,
any
we'll
sense.
go with bouncing turns, but I
Bouncing
don't
turns.
know whether it is.
Because if we do play that way, then basically it's going to end up with the 3 people playing like half his hand after we've done everything every round. Because
Well, I don't know. He only gets 2. Excuse me. He only gets 2 extra cards.
yeah,
Yeah, he gets 6. And we get 4. So he's only going to have.
but normally they only get 3, right? So he's getting double the amount of cards they would normally get.
Oh, still says mobile markets. Thank you very much. I knew I'd forget something. Let me just fix that.
Um,
Name of the game is not mobile markets. It is. War of the Mobile Markets. No, it's not, is it? It's
War of the Mobile Rings.
War of the Mobile Rings
Mobile War of the
card game.
War of the Ringtones.
There we go. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Right, so we're going to play bouncing turn order. I don't know if it's right or not. I'll find out at some point. I'll message Aries and ask them. So you went first and you played that.
That.
Then Rob played that. Then it was your go and you played that.
Yeah.
Then I played that. Then it was your go and you've used the ring.
Yes.
And then Rob played that.
So now it's
So it's now your go again. That's what we're going to do.
okay.
what's Forsaking? It's eliminating from hand, isn't it?
Or from the top of your deck.
Oh, yeah.
Choice.
Yeah, that's not there. Forsaking. Choose a card to eliminate from your hand, your reserve, or the top of your draw deck. Yeah.
And there was winnowing as well. We got wrong last
Which is
time.
2 cards from hand.
Yeah.
But it's eliminating, not Forsaking.
Yeah.
So at the moment, there's 2 swords.
2 swords against 1 shield.
One
So
shield.
the Wolf Riders of Isengard are currently taking over Edoras.
And you need to beat the number of shields.
Yeah,
So if I put 1 more shield in there, you're not winning it.
I believe so. Battleground combat. Cancel the number of sword icons equal to the number of shields. If there are any remaining ones, that's when you take losses. A defending card must be eliminated. Yeah. At the end of battleground combat, all yeah. If the defender cancels out all of the swords, the defender wins. Otherwise, the attacker wins.
That's 1 point. Okay, I'm going to play Guards of the Citadel into into reserve.
Get a token on it.
Pass me a stack of crates.
So whose go is it now? My go? Yes.
Yes.
My go.
I think. Because
So
the evil one over there has had 2 turns. You've only had 1.
I'm going to play the Barrow Whites into the reserve by cycling that. So the Barrow Whites have an ability that if it's in the reserve, I can use my action and eliminate this card to make each Free People's player forsake a card.
That's 2 for me.
2. Back to you. Meanwhile, I'll have a look on BGG. But again, the game is fairly new. I think most people are playing it at 4 players,
I'll play
or maybe 2.
the Knights of Dol Amroth into reserve.
I'm going to pass.
Which you are allowed to do.
Because you've got 2 cards.
I think I was allowed to do it last turn as well, but maybe not. Because what were the rules? You have to have number of cards less than or equal to your carryover limit, or
Yeah.
less than each enemy player.
Yes.
So simply less than
Well, I
three
have-
people's, which is going to be the case quite often. So I think we should be passing more, because
Okay.
we can.
Somebody needs to say you shall not pass in a loud voice.
So we can pass if the number of cards in hand is less than each enemy player. Yeah. Okay.
We should have been passing in this game, in this round.
Well, I wanted to put that in.
Okay. I'm going to pass
So I might use this.
if you can.
Well, I can. I'm just going to use my action. I'm going to eliminate this card. So you must forsake 2 cards. So from hand, from reserve, or from
Top of your deck.
top of your deck.
Just get rid of these 2.
Did the Gandalf player have separate decks? Nope. No, it says they've got 1 deck.
Okay. There you go.
Back to you.
Pass.
Rob?
I pass again.
Yeah, this still doesn't feel right because the whole passing consecutively now is like a bit weird if it's going through you each time.
Yeah.
But I've got 1 card in hand, so I'm going to pass as well.
So
Right.
we will pass.
So we've all passed.
Well, do we want to play the next round just going around clockwise? Just
And
what that feels
see
like?
how it works. It just feels more natural. So combat step. So resolve combat on the active battlegrounds and the path. So there's a fight here.
Yeah.
And we win it, and attackers get eliminated, but that goes in our scoring pile. We got a point. Point for the good guys.
Until I bring it back.
This one, however, 2 points for the
Good
for the
guys.
bad guys.
Good guys.
And then here, 1 skull, no shield, so you have to eliminate that one.
Which is not actually eliminated.
Goes on to a discard pile.
Okay. But then nobody gets the points for this
Yep.
because one score and that goes as well. That's eliminated. So nobody's got that. So the scores after round 1 is 2-1
To the good guys.
the bad guys. It's all a matter of perspective.
I get my ring back.
And we draw. So we draw 4 cards.
I'll draw 5 because I've got the Mouth of Sauron.
Okay. And crate tokens come off. Just going to move that across a little bit. In fact, put it there. There you go. 2 points. And now that goes to the Witch King. So yeah, we're going to change the rules for this round. We're going to play clockwise and see how that feels. Location step. So we get one of these. We're fighting over Minas Morgul. And we move on to path number 2, which is the Old Forest. So the Mordor player draws 5 cards, and from these may play up to one Nazgul from reserve. Oh, sorry, 2 reserve, and then cycles the rest. And the Old Forest, each Free Peoples player must forsake 1 card.
Well, that's annoying.
So you must forsake 2 cards.
Ooh.
So I don't have any Nazguls in these 5 cards, so
Okay.
nothing happens, right?
No.
They get cycled?
You just cycle them, yeah.
So I've got to forsake 2 cards.
Yes. And reserve or top of deck. But remember, when you eliminate a card from top of the deck, you look at it, don't you? Because some of them trigger with abilities. If they are forsaken. Where's Saruman then? He's hiding. I've got his staff, I've got his Palantir, I've got all his stuff, but he's not here.
Yep, that's 2.
Deads. 2 deads. Right. So Rob, you're the first player.
Okay.
And we're going to go clockwise.
It was wrong having this blue thing in front of me.
Oh yeah, flip it over. There you go. So Minas Morgul is being attacked by the forces of Gondor and wizards and is being defended by Mordor people.
How many cards do you have, Free Peoples?
6.
6. So I can't pass.
No.
I'm going to play the Lidless Eye in my reserve. Lidless Eye increases my carryover limit by 1
Ooh.
when it's in reserve.
You put a little token on it.
And I then need to discard a card. Cycle a card, rather. That's me then.
I am going to put the Haradrim cavalry into play in my reserve area by cycling that. What do you think? Those people watching, should we be playing clockwise or should we be bouncing back?
Right, for my action,
Yep.
I'm going to send the Knights of Dol Amroth to assault Minas Morgul.
Okay.
Well, actually, wait a minute. If I do that,
They'll die.
they will at the moment.
Yeah.
So I need to have, in order to take that, I need to have 3
3.
swords.
Yeah.
And if you put 1 in, well, I'm going to hold them back for now, sorry.
We don't want to go there on our own.
I'm going to send Fatty into the old forest.
Fatty Bulger.
Fatty Bulger into the old forest.
Okay. Sure. How many points is that worth? 2. Rob.
Sorry, I just don't quite understand.
Kitty says, yeah, Gandalf has twice as many cards. Gandalf does not have twice as many cards. Gandalf currently has 4 cards. Rob has 4, I have 3. So doesn't get that many more.
But it's twice as much as what he would get in a single player, right?
Oh, so you're saying in a 4-player game, the Free People's players only get 3 cards?
I think so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, each Free People's player draws 3 cards. So they are drawing 6. Yeah, okay.
Okay, I'm going to play the Hunter.
But they're not missing out on turns because Peter just takes. It's not going to.
It means you can pass before.
Yeah. It's not going to affect the number of turns that Peter gets. It's just when he takes those turns.
Yeah, but the idea that that would give me an advantage is kind of offset by the fact that I'm going to have more cards in my hand, so you can pass before I do.
Exactly.
Which means that that advantage is going to be lost.
Yeah. It's just much more intuitive to play clockwise. Are you done, Rob?
Yeah.
So I'm going to pass.
Okay. Well, I'm going to play Boromir into reserve.
Mm-hmm.
When played, draw a card.
Okay. Put great on him.
Additionally, when played or moved to a path, it's played or moved to a path. It's not played, comma, or moved to a path. It's played or moved to a path. So if I played him, if I move him there,
Or
if
you
I
play in
him
there,
I've
you
got
have to
forsake
forsake a card.
Yeah.
Right, got it.
Yeah.
Martin's popping in to say hi, and then he's going back to the ISS Vanguard tutorial. Yep, there's a video online. There's 2 videos online.
So this path currently has 2 shields on it,
Correct.
so we're going to lose it.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'd need 2 swords so that nobody gets the points,
Mm.
or 3 swords.
You mean skulls, right?
Skulls, yeah.
Perhaps my last move was a mistake then. So I played that in reserve.
Mm-hmm.
But I can. This has an ability. I can cycle it. It's in my reserve to add a skull.
Right.
So
But
if you
that's
want
only
to,
1 skull.
if you want to contest it,
Oh. Yeah. But can I help?
can I help? Because that's. I think we need to be coordinating on this because otherwise we're going to lose a lot of those.
Yeah. But no, I can't send anybody to the Old Forest.
Well, that's fair enough. We will definitely lose it then.
There's no hand size limit though, is there? It's just the carryover.
Yeah.
Peanut Smallgold, we're winning though.
We're not losing it. Yes, we're getting the 2 points from it because it's got 2 shields and.
Mm-hmm.
But there is a couple of Gondorian units there.
This one should have a crate on it.
It should. But Boromir can't move to Minas Morgul this turn. Yeah.
Whose go is it?
Yours?
Sorry, I'm passing.
How many cards you got in hand,
3.
Peter? 3. So I can't pass.
My carryover limit's 3 now.
So I'm going to play.
Oh. This should have been. Each shadow player draws 1 card. Did we play that this round?
What was it?
Did I play that? When played, each shadow player draws 1 card.
Yeah, you played it this round.
Okay, so we get an extra card.
Okay,
So I can't have passed.
Okay, so you didn't pass.
Yeah, sorry.
Typical Mordor, always cheating.
Yeah.
Can't trust that
Uh,
evil one for a second, can you?
so I am going to place. No, but my carryover limit's 3, so I could have passed.
So you are passing.
Yeah,
right.
sorry.
Okay. So I'm going to play. I'm going to play the Devilry of Saruman
Ooh.
as an army in waiting. There's nowhere to go by cycling that card.
And I'm going to play the ring. Draw 3
So
cards.
draw 3.
Forsake one of them.
Eliminate one.
Sorry, eliminate one of them.
Yeah. Same end result. Cycle one of them. And then Rob, it's your go.
Passing again.
I'm also passing.
I can't.
You can't pass, yeah.
so I'm going to play Frodo Baggins. He's going to hide behind the Knights of Dol Amroth, so he doesn't have to go next to Boromir. I will cycle that so that I do that. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Rob,
Pass.
I pass. Miss Morgul's all quiet.
I pass.
Okay, so we've all passed. Combat step. So combat is resolved at Minas Morgul. Good guys win. And then combat is resolved at the Old Forest.
Yes.
So what
Go.
happens to Fatty Bolger? Fatty Bolger is cycled because he was defending
Yes.
and
Yeah.
wasn't eliminated.
And if he was Forsaken, if he had been eliminated, he would have been cycled anyway because he's a hobbit.
And then the bad guys get the card. So victory check,
Good guys.
3 versus 4.
Yep.
Draw step. We get 4 cards each. Your ring flips over. We remove crates. This goes to you. Right. Lots of cards. Lots and lots of cards. Are you ready?
Yep, it's my turn to draw.
Location step.
Yep.
So we're fighting over Pelagir. The Dunedain player may forsake 1 card to draw 1 card.
Okay.
Would you like to?
Don't think so.
And we have the Council of Elrond. Each Free People's player draws 1 card.
Oh, I see.
2 cards.
Fair off of that.
So Pelagir, the Southrons are attacking, and the Gondorian army and the wizards are defending.
Ooh.
And the Council of Elrond has 1 shield. Only 1 shield for Rivendell.
Yeah, I should have lost these crates.
Yeah. DJ Revan says, seen a stream where they place the victory points in the title or somewhere on screen for those that miss it. I can do that. I can absolutely do that. I'm going to add. Thank you for the suggestion. That's a good idea. Text. Add source. And I'm going to call it War of the Ring.
I'm going to put Aragorn into reserve.
Right, so 3 peoples. How many you got? 4. Shadow 3.
If it's
Right. There you go. They are the current scores.
if it's a tie at the end, we go to penalties.
Right, what's happened?
I've played Aragorn, and I need
Oh,
to
yeah.
discard cycle a card, which I will do.
Okay. So it's me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to play some black.
You can't.
Aren't I?
No.
Oh. Wrong. Sorry.
Southrons
It's only
only.
you. Right.
Only
Sorry.
Southrons.
That was a bit stupid. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to play the messenger.
The messenger has turned up to the Council of Elrond
Mm.
with a message.
What is this message?
Dice gun.
Have you got any sugar? We're out all out of sugar in Mordor.
So he's just a strength
It's
one.
just a one skull
one
against
skull.
one shield. So at
So
the
at the
moment,
moment, that's a tie.
nobody's getting that at the moment. I'm going to attack Pelargia with the Black Fleet.
Ooh.
Cycle that card to do so. So it's actually got 2 swords because it's +1 sword on Pelargia.
Nice.
So Pelargia is under attack from the Black Fleet of the South Rons.
Harsh. What have they ever done to you?
Well, I lent him my collection of original Star Wars comics, and he didn't give them back.
I don't think I can defend that, to be
Yeah.
honest. Is that? Right. So that messenger has got 1 skull.
1 skull against 1 shield, which means nobody's getting any points for this at the moment.
Well, I don't think we can not do this. The Paths of the Dead.
The way is open.
Forsake two cards and then draw 4 or 5 if Strider or Aragorn is in reserve, which he is.
Okay, so you're going to forsake 2 cards.
Forsake 2 cards. How about that one?
A lot of cards in his hand.
That's the idea. And
I can pass.
that one. Now 5 cards. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Right, you're right, I'm done.
Yes.
So Rob, you can pass.
Now we're talking.
Yeah, I think I'm going to pass.
Okay, now we're cooking on gas over here.
I'm also going to pass.
Black Fleet.
Only 3 people's player.
Right. Okay.
While you're taking your turn, I'm going to change the font of that. I think I can anyway. Can I change the font? What's this text transform? Don't know. There we go, font.
Is there a Tolkien font?
There is. I don't think I've got it installed.
Oh.
I'll use that font.
I think we'll send Bilbo Baggins into the Council of Elrond.
Bilbo
Very
Baggins.
thematically
Scott is
correct.
asking, is this the 3-player duel? It is, but the rulebook wasn't clear on a couple of parts of the 3-player game, so we are playing by some rules. And I will seek answers. So Bilbo's turned up to the Council of Elrond.
Yep. Read it and weep. That's what he does.
Okay.
Go on then, Messenger. See if you can get past Bilbo.
Up to you, Rob. So cards in hand.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You could pass if you want, because you've probably got less than 8.
Yeah.
It's not me though, is it?
Mike is asking, did we like it one? Yes. So I really liked it when we first played it. You two really liked it.
Yeah.
And we all said this was our first game playing it. We need to play it again.
Yeah.
And we needed another game for tonight because Mobile Markets wasn't going to take all night. These two were coming round, so I thought, well, this is an obvious choice. And I don't have time to relearn to learn anything else. So yeah, definitely like it.
Sorry, is it on you, Phil?
Is it on me? Well, if it is, I'm passing.
Yeah.
So
Oh, me again.
I wasn't sure. That's yeah.
Let's play Galadriel into. Oh, that was an event. So that goes. Doesn't
we
it?
might need a bit more space here for your stuff.
Let's play Galadriel and cycle that card to bring her into play. When played, draw one card. While in reserve, draw an additional card each draw step. Then
Okay.
cycle one card from hand.
Great.
Yeah.
Now it's me.
Yeah, so this is the bit that's not quite clear, Scott. It is clear that this token bounces around like this, but this token just indicates who the start player is. So we're not quite sure. It's a little bit vague. We thought we'd do round 3 like this, but we might switch back to the other one afterwards. We're experimenting with both methods to see which works. It just says the Gandalf player begins the game with the starting player token, which is correct. Gandalf is followed by the Witch King, then Gandalf plays again, then Saruman. So yeah, I can see it both ways, but the first round where we did do bouncing actions, I was very confused.
So that's me done.
But we'll switch back to that next round. I'm passing.
Okay, yeah. I'm so confused.
We're going clockwise for this round, but
Yeah.
then we'll switch it back next round, and then we'll see which works.
Right, that's Anduril.
Okay.
Flame of the West.
Which is an additional.
You can attach it to Boromir.
Sorry, not Boromir.
I was going to
Aragorn.
say,
Mm-hmm.
can't give Anduril to Boromir.
Yeah, well, an alternative version. So it meant it to go on Aragorn. So Aragorn gets Anduril. Now, if in reserve, you may use your action to activate or reactivate any Dunedain battleground. Then you must move the wielder to that battleground, even if it was played this round.
Okay, there are no Dunedain battlegrounds over here.
But we know that exists now, so that's...
Or are there? Is that Dunedain?
No. Minas Morgul. Oh,
that is.
I mean, it's Gondor. I thought it was Gondor.
yes,
That's
it
Dunedain.
is Dunedain.
Is that Dunedain?
If it's got a tree on it, it's
Okay, so you can reactivate Minas Morgul and
Yep.
basically say we're going to have another go at attacking it because we
Mm.
didn't get the memo last time and we turned up late.
yeah.
All the biscuits were gone.
That's the worst thing.
So that's my go.
You go, done? Rob?
To me, I'll pass.
Yeah, I pass. So I think Scott thinks it should bounce as well. So we'll do that from next round onwards.
Yeah, well, I thought it should bounce, but
It's more consistent with the four-player game, isn't it?
It is. It's just does me head in when play doesn't go
I'm
clockwise.
gonna. What is it with Frodo in this ring? You just can't leave it alone, can he? So draw 3, forsake 1, any 1, and
Is Aragorn going to turn up at Pelargir to defend it? That is the question.
Isn't he going to react?
well, he's got a crate on him, so he
Oh,
can't.
he's got a crate. Yeah. He can't. Yeah, Brendan's saying it feels like it's referring to start play and turn order at the same time. Yeah. So you're done, Rob?
Just got to cycle a card. That's
Yeah.
Pass.
Class. I don't think it actually changes that much because it would just be bouncing around and I'm just passing by waiting.
It just means that he plays his... He can... No, it doesn't really...
It's producing the same effect.
right. I'll play.
But as soon as your cards go down, it's because you drew the extra 5 cards. That's
Right,
what's
when I
thrown this.
played that, I should have removed Strider from the game, so I should go through the deck
Go through your deck and find Shriver.
and chuck him out.
Yeah, get rid of him. Did it feel too long for the experience last time? It was a learning game, so it didn't feel too long because we were all learning it. And if you watched last time when we played, basically we read through the rulebook at the start. During the video, I think. So we're not doing that this time. A lot of it's come back to me. I thought I'd forgotten most of it, but actually, it's on the cards. Core rules are sort of relatively okay. It's just remembering who gets it if what.
So it's me again, isn't it?
It's you again.
Because they're all good. I've played Gandalf.
Again, when Gandalf the White comes into play,
You got to remove Gandalf.
I believe you remove Gandalf the Grey from wherever he is.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I made a mistake when I played that faction before, because playing Gandalf the Grey first, getting use out of him.
That's somebody in the
it's a
chat
good
said
idea.
that as well.
Yeah,
I think
Yeah,
bringing Gandalf the White in too early can be
Yeah.
bad. But
yeah. You just lose an opportunity.
Okay, that's my go.
If you've got no other option.
Rob,
I might as well pass again.
I'm going to pass.
So that's 1 against 1 at the moment.
No special extra
So
sword.
2 against 1.
2 against 1. The best odds. Yeah, I think once you know how to play this game, you're probably looking at an hour to an hour and a bit for a game, I think. But, we have played it once before, but that was 2 weeks ago. And we're using different decks.
Gandalf's staff.
In fact, we're all using different decks.
While in play, increase your carryover limit by 1.
I'm going to have to zoom out. Getting a lot of cards. Also, we're getting a bit of a shine because I'm using sleeves, so if you just bear with us a minute, I'm going to turn off the overhead lights, then increase the gain on the camera. So it's going to go dark for a second. And then I will... There you go. That's better.
That was my go.
Rob?
Again, so you're on 3 cards now. Yeah, what's your carryover limit?
2. Base carryover limit's 2, isn't it?
But
Mine's
he's got
now
an extra
3.
one.
Oh, right, you've got an extra one.
So you could pass now, indefinitely.
Okay.
In fact, I have to play cards because my carryover limit is 3 and I have 4 cards.
Right.
There's always a possibility.
Oh, the Destroyer's turned up.
Yeah, he's been there for a while.
So it's 2 against 2 now at the Council of Elrond.
Yes. I think I'm going to do this. So I'm going to sacrifice the hunter. Well, cycle him.
Cycle the
If-
Hunter.
If in reserve, you may use your action and cycle this card to add a skull to the active path.
Ooh. 3 skulls on the Council of Elrond.
3 against 2. So it's yeah, it should be.
It's better to do it that way because then he doesn't get eliminated at the end.
Because if he went there, he'd
Yeah.
get eliminated.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I think it means anyway.
I'm going to play. I've got 3 cards in hand. Who can go to the Council of Elrond? Frodo could. And Frodo's got a shield. Boromir could. Boromir's got a shield as well. Council of Elrond's worth 1.
Yeah, it's not really that big a thing to fight over, is it? But we're both spending resources, so both sides are.
I'd love to pass. But I can't. I could cycle a card. But I don't want to. So I'm going to play Grima Wormtongue into my reserve. Cycling that. Your go. Oh yeah, thank you. Thank you, Brendan, for the link. Rules on choosing a different path. which you can do with 3 cards.
It's on me.
Yep.
You passed.
I did.
So if I pass,
If you
it's
pass,
the end
we fight. Yeah.
Well, we're both winning on both counts.
winning
aren't we?
both.
So I'm going to pass.
Okay. So we resolve this battle. The Black Fleet take over Pelargia. So that's going to go over there. And then 3 skulls versus. So Bilbo is.
Cycled.
They're eliminated. And that goes here.
How many points have you got?
I'm going to update the points. We just gained 2 points. Right, so this passes to me. And we're now going to go back to the bouncing turn sequence and see how that plays. So draw step. 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh. I'm so sorry. I had 4 cards in my hand. I couldn't pass.
I just
I throw one away.
throw one away. That's something. Yeah.
That was a bad mistake.
Yeah. Right. Battleground. It's Morannon. So the Dunedain, the Rohirrim, and the wizards are attacking Morannon, and Mordor and the Southrons can defend it. And site number 4 is Khazad-dûm. So we've got the Mordor player draws 5 cards, and from those 5 cards, may play up to 1 army and cycles the rest. And then the monstrous player draws 2 cards, which is me.
So I draw 5 because of the start of the turn. And then I draw 5 because of that card. Is it 5?
Yeah.
So I need to make sure.
Already?
Yeah.
Gosh. Loads of cards in hand. Oh, and crates come off. Right. Or it's me first.
And I may play 1 army from here.
1 army from those 5 and cycle the rest.
Okay. That's Mordor icon.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I only have 1 army, so it's an easy choice.
Is it going there or is it going... Oh, you can't. We're defending that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you don't want to play Grond at Morannon because that's an attacking card.
All right.
But you can put it into play.
What, in reserve?
You play up to 1 army. So,
Okay.
yeah. But it gets the token on it. Yeah. Right.
I can't play that there, is what you're saying.
No, because that's an attacking card. I mean, you could, but there's no point because we're looking
Okay.
for shields.
Oh, I see, right, yeah.
Right. I'm going to play on Khazad-dûm the Balrog of Moria. It's got 3 skulls, and when played to a path, each Free People's player must forsake a card.
Okay.
Boom. That's quite nasty, isn't it?
Yeah, I remember it from last time.
3 skulls.
Quite powerful.
Hmm.
So you've got to forsake 2 cards.
Yeah.
They can be from the top of the deck.
Yeah. Let's try one of them. Ouch.
So I'm a bit confused.
It's me, right?
I've just
No, it's Peter.
yeah, because I've just had to.
I'm a bit confused. So I've got the promo cards for this game, and one of them is the Whip of Many Thongs,
Right.
which is an item that goes on the Balrog.
Yeah.
But it's got a shield on it.
Okay. And a sword.
Well, yeah. So when you're sending the Balrog to a battleground,
Yeah.
that's what he fights with and that's what he defends with. But the bottom bit is for when he's on a path.
Okay.
And when he's on a path, you can give him that.
Defensively.
Well, paths are always bad guys attacking the good guys.
It should be a skull, not a
It should
shield.
be a skull. I
It
think
should be a
that's a
skull.
typo.
Yeah. It must be.
Seems Reasonable.
Yeah. So we're going to say that the Whip of Many Thongs has a skull on it. Again, if anybody else knows the answer to that question, let me know. But that seems really odd because every single card that we've got that can go onto paths has got skulls on. None of them have shields on. So yeah, I suspect that's a typo on the card. Yes, thank you for quoting Aragon. Every time I hear the word forsake. So whose go is it?
3 people.
So, forsake, would that be abbreviated to FFS?
I've lost track. I played that.
So it's my go.
It's your go, is
Because
it?
you made me.
Right, okay.
Things. I've got so many cards.
Yeah.
It's kind of starting to be. I've got so much more to do that it's kind of slowing me down.
Wisdom Sleeves, Hall of Gondor.
I think that's the problem with 3 player, like 2 versus 1, isn't it? That
I mean, it's good to try it, but I think 4 players are always best for this. Or the 2 player duel might be fine.
there's no 1v1v1 option, is there?
No. Ah. Whip of Many Thongs, misprint. 19 days ago. Let's have a look. It's a misprint. Yeah. Yeah, it is a misprint. It should be a skull. It's been asked a few times. Okay, well, that's good to know. Yeah, that might be a Photoshop, print a new one out.
Okay, I'm just going to move the Knights of Dol Amroth into Morannon. That's my turn.
So the Knights of Dol Amroth are attacking the gates of Morannon. Okay. Very far.
Play the Witch King. Cycle something. Cycle that. That gets correct. So it allows me to draw another card.
Okay. I'm. So I think we're winning that.
Yeah, by a long
We've
way.
got 2 skulls. Got no shields.
Did you play the Whip
We've
of
got
Many Thongs?
3 skulls, haven't we?
Did you play the Whip?
No. I mean, I don't need to play the whip at the moment.
There's 3 skulls, isn't there? Because it's +1 on
It's only
Khazad-dûm.
+1 on Khazad-dûm. It's 3 skulls. Yeah.
So unless he's got some way of assassinating Balrog.
So I am going to use my action to eliminate Grima Wormtongue. To either take Saruman from my draw deck into hand, or to eliminate a Rohan character of your choice from play. There are no Rohan characters in play. So I'm going to go find Saruman, because he's gone missing. There he is. Done. Now, what does he do? Ooh. He's quite nice. We might have forgotten to bounce round. See? So hard to do.
use the ring. Draw 3 cards.
Eliminate one, cycle one.
Eliminate a card. Cycle one. Keep one.
Rob,
You got more than 6, haven't you? In your hand?
Yeah.
he
Oh,
does
plus.
got loads.
Plus.
Right, back to you then, Peter. You just need to remember that as soon as we've taken a turn, it's you again.
Yeah. I'm just trying to
It's the
think
tricky
about
bit.
there's so much synergy in these cards.
Yeah,
I've got to try to figure out which cards I'm going to exploit that, and which cards what I'm expecting to come up as well. So, all right, I'll play. I'll move Frodo to Khazad Dûm.
oh right, okay. So that's one shield against 3.
That's my go.
So it's now me. So I will play Saruman by cycling that card.
And I'll give Frodo his mithril coat,
Mm-hmm.
which will help him out a bit.
Oh, it's got 2 shields on it.
Yeah.
So it's 3 against 3. Might have to get the whip out.
Interesting. That's path 4, is it?
We're on path number 4, yeah.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah, you can't play Nazgul at 4.
I think I can still pass, can I? You've still got more than 6 in your hand.
Yeah.
Pass.
Back to you then, Peter.
I'll play Legolas into there. Actually, was it at the moment? It's
It's 3-3.
Oh, it's 3-3. So
But nobody's getting it at the moment.
well, I'm going to play Legolas in there.
You may take Bow of the Galadrim from your draw deck into your hand. Okay.
Yeah.
I will play Whip of Many Thongs. I have to cycle a card to do that. I will cycle a card to do that, and then when played, draw a card. Back to you, Peter.
I'll play Theoden into Varanen.
Plus X, plus shield if Gandalf is in play, which he is. When played, draw 5 cards, play up to the round card, cycle the rest. Okay.
So 1, 2, 3. I need to draw 2 more cards.
So they don't go into hand.
Do they not?
No.
Ah, okay. From these, play
Yeah.
up to 1 round card, cycle the rest. Okay. Where did I put them? There. So it's these 3 plus these 2. Play up to 1 Rohan card
Mm-hmm.
and cycle the rest.
No Rohan cards?
No Rohan cards.
So what have you got here? You have 2 swords attacking Miranan. So it's currently evens. And then is it you, Rob?
I think I've got a place, I think, now. I'll play. Oh. I'm not actually allowed to play anything there, am I?
Where?
There.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
Mordor.
Has to be.
It's the
yeah.
gates of Miranan.
Okay. So any of my armies.
Because you've only got Mordor cards in that deck.
Yeah.
We're playing the 3-player duel. So Oleg Highs, 2 shields. Big trolls Except we're not 100% sure we're playing with the right rules. But we think we might be. Peter.
So that's 3 against
It's 4.
4.
Because that gets +1 because it's Moria, because
Right.
it's Khazad-dûm.
4
and,
against
and
4.
that's 1 because it's a typo. Yeah.
So it's 4 against 4.
It's 4 against 4. The Legolas is going to die. Frodo's going to get cycled. But the Mithril Coat gets eliminated as well. Was it something about that, or did it increase the number of shields that the... What was the thing about items? They can't be...
I don't know.
It happened last time.
They have to be played on specific characters or.
Yeah, but it's... They increase the number of shields that that character has.
I'll play Gimli
I think.
into Khazad-dûm. Seems the right place for him.
Icons on item cards are added to the icons of the wielder, so they're not a separate. There's items with defense icons cannot cancel attack icons separately from the character. So rather than it being 1 and 3, Frodo has 3 shields.
Yeah.
Is how it works. We played the 4 deck mode. Yeah, if you go back a couple of weeks on the channel, we did a 4-player learning game of it. Thank you, Scott, for asking that question on BGG. We'll see if we get an answer. I think bouncing turn order is right. It just feels really weird, and we keep forgetting whose turn it is. Like now.
I've just been.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
it's me.
but who's next?
It's me.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if I've got a play effect that moves something from my reserve onto a path, do I still have to match the path requirements?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, Witch King cannot go to Khazad-dûm, I'm afraid.
Even if I play something on them that says move majority to a path.
He can't go to
Okay.
that path, yeah.
Right. Okay. I'm trying to stop us from losing Khazad-dûm.
Difficult, because
Hmm.
the Fellowship have turned up.
Yeah, in mass numbers.
And the Balrogs there going, oh, stop picking on me!
We're winning that battle, aren't we?
We are successfully defending Morannon, yes. It's being attacked by Theoden and some knights,
You've only got how many cards in your hand?
3.
3, so I can't.
and the Ologhai are defending. 4's better. 4's much better, just because of this, the bouncing turn order
Yeah.
confusing me.
The commander.
Back to you, Peter.
It might. I mean, I'm finding this quite difficult to play. It might be different if I had more experience of the game, but
Yeah.
I have played it once before. I haven't played either of the Free Peoples before.
Mm.
Understanding the synergy and understand. I mean, but having both decks in one. I mean, my worry about it was that with 60 cards instead of 30, you're less likely to have the cards you need. And at one point,
Well, you're drawing 6 cards a turn instead
Yeah.
of 3,
but I had 8.
but it's
I
the
had
clump.
8 elf cards.
Exactly.
that I
These
couldn't
powers
play.
of draw 5 and put a Rohan army into play, that has a lot less chance of triggering
Yeah.
than it would in a 4-player game.
I think you should even out though, shouldn't it? Over because
I'm going
it's
to
a
pass.
nice aggregate over many turns. So
Yeah.
it's just playing coming out of different.
You're going to pass.
Yeah.
So, what was it here? 1, 2, 3, 4 against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
So I'm going to play some Flocks of Crebain. Flocks of Crebain. The Flocks of Crebain. Yeah, it's an extra skull, and I have to cycle. Oh, I don't want to cycle that. Oh, I'm going to cycle that. Back to you. So Legolas and Gimli are gonna die. At the moment.
They're moving fast against the wind. So they normally get eliminated, don't they? Even if they block an attack, then they get
Yeah,
eliminated.
but Frodo can't be.
But Frodo can't be.
Frodo's special.
Oh, what the hell? Let's send Boromir in there as well.
So, yeah, you have to forsake a card. And
That's
then
me.
it's Rob.
So I'm going to use this ability. We both shadow players draw a card.
Okay, so what do you have to do with that?
Cycle it.
Cycle it, and we both draw a card.
Yeah.
As an action. Yeah. Okay, back to you, Peter.
Actually, I can use it with a.
Yeah.
Pass.
Now it's me. Ooh. I'm going to put a hill troll, which has only got one skull. Why a hill troll has only got one skull, I don't know. But I've played a hill troll.
But they can be, tricked into staying around until it gets light
Hmm.
too easily.
Back to you, Peter.
What the hell? Let's go all in. I'll send Galadriel into
Galadriel
Khazad-dûm.
cannot go to Khazad-dûm.
Can
She
she
can
not?
only go to path
Oh, right.
5.
Path 5. Right. Okay. Sorry, Galadriel. That
And
was your
Gandalf the
moment-
White can't actually go to any path.
your moment of glory. Well, he's got a
But
shield.
there's no
here.
path on the card. Yeah, so that's Gandalf's staff. If played with Gandalf the Grey,
Right.
Gandalf the Grey can go to various
Okay.
paths.
Gandalf the White can't go there.
No.
In that case, I'll pass.
We're winning on both. Let me say I'll pass. I can pass this time. Yeah. So I have.
We're done. So the fight against Morannon, the attackers get eliminated. The defender is... I can't remember.
Well, how many?
Battleground combat. So we cancel the number of swords equal to the number of shield icons on the battleground itself. If there are any remaining ones, the defender must cancel them as possible. Any left over, so that's cycled because they weren't needed.
Okay.
And then Morannon goes here, and then here. So you've got to cancel 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So Frodo's 3 of them, and Boromir, Gimli, and Legolas die.
Wow, that's harsh.
And that's cycled along with the item, but it's 6 versus 6,
No one gets.
so nobody gets the
Wait a minute.
points.
If eliminated for any reason, cycle this card instead. This does not apply to any wielded items.
Oh,
So
does
it
not
goes-
apply to any
no.
wielded items.
So the mithril code goes.
Interesting. Oh, but if Frodo was cycled, the item would have been cycled. Right, but these are all gone.
Sorry, if Frodo was cycled.
The normal rules are that if the wielder is cycled, the item is cycled as well.
Yeah.
But in this case, that Frodo text is saying that it isn't cycled.
So the text overrides the.
Yeah.
Mm.
So we gained 2 points. Yay for the good guys.
So we're 3 ahead. Is that right?
We are 3 ahead.
So it's my turn.
So
to
draw
draw.
step. You get 6 cards, we get 4. Oh, and I get an extra 1. Great to come off. You'll go. So we need a... So Dol Amroth, the Dunedain player may forsake 1 card to draw 1 card. And then we get site number 5, which is Dimril Dale. Each shadow player must cycle 2 cards from hand. Let's just bring these forward a bit.
It's not very nice. Cycle 2.
Cycle 2. Okay, I have cycled 2 cards. And we neither of us have used our ring tokens, which means we're actually 2 points ahead as well. Crebane's just flown down.
So I'm defending Dol Amroth.
Yep,
I've
against
got
the South
Dimril
Bronze.
Dale.
Dinral Dale, you're defending both.
Okay. Well, I'm going to play. There is another way. Activate a different path with the same number as the active path. Add 1 shield to the new path.
Okay. So this disappears. Nobody
Yeah.
gets it because it's
Yeah.
evens, but you now choose which one of those you want. And then you're adding a shield to it.
Let's have Egladil. Each Free People's player draws 2 cards and then cycles 1 card from hand.
So you draw 2
For
and then cycle 1 from hand,
for each.
and then you do it again.
Right, okay.
You pretend that you're 2 people,
Right.
and that's got 2 shields.
Okay.
All done?
Yep.
Right. Your turn.
Let's give Galadriel her ring. In reserve, you may use your action and cycle this card to add a shield to the active path, or add a shield to an active battleground.
Right.
And did I discard a card to do that? I think I discarded that one.
How many have you got left? Sorry.
Did you? I don't know, because you cycled.
6, 7, 8, 9. No, I played that so that I could do that.
Which is what?
There is another way, which was the card that allowed me to change.
Ah, right. Okay.
So I played that.
But that was your turn, wasn't it?
And I drew.
I've lost track of where we are.
I drew.
Have you had 2 consecutive turns?
No. That was the special effect of that card, was giving me these extra cards, but I needed to discard a card in order to.
But,
Okay.
Me.
but you played this.
And the ring.
I think you've had 2 turns.
You shouldn't have played that. I think.
Yeah, we might have lost track.
Yeah.
This was the first thing you did, which activated a different path.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it's our go.
Okay.
It might go first, I think.
Yes. Yeah, you always
I'm
follow.
passing, by the way.
Yeah, Rotter, you're passing.
Yeah.
Because
So you do
Peter's
have
got a
go
million
now.
cards in hand, so it is your go next.
Okay.
So
now
you
we'll
can
do
play
that.
the ring,
And
and then it's my go, and I'm going to pass. So it's back to you again.
Okay.
Yeah, if we're constantly passing, I don't think going clockwise for turn order makes that much difference. Apart from it's much easier.
that was my go.
So now it's me. Yeah, because I've not had a go yet.
You passed.
I did.
It's me.
So it's you? Right. My brain just will not cope with non-clockwise turn order.
But I'm on 7 cards and you're on more than that, so I'm going to pass. So it's 3 people's again.
Okay. I'll play. Give Gandalf his sword.
Tooled up.
He's ridiculously buffed now.
So my go.
Who's goes it now?
I am going to play the Coastal Raiders, who get an extra sword when attacking Dol Amroth.
Okay, that's 2 against 2.
2 against 2, and I am going to cycle that card in order to do that. Back to you.
I'll play Elves into reserve.
I'm gonna have to play it above.
Okay.
Me. How many cards do you have now?
4.
So I definitely have to play something.
Mhm.
I will. Yeah, I'll play the Reaver on Eccledale.
Yep.
So that cost me 1 card.
And then back to you, Peter.
So that's 1 skull against
It's
2
1
shields.
skull against 2 shields. Yeah.
It's not really worth it, is it? Should put it in reserve.
Hmm.
That would have been better, wouldn't it?
Do you want to do that?
Is that right?
Nothing's changed since.
Thanks.
I'll play another High Elf army into reserve.
Wow. Waiting for that big battle on Lorien again, are we?
You got 2 cards in your hand now?
2.
Is it me?
I think so, yeah.
Bit worried that Gandalf's going to turn up.
Oh, he's going to be sacrificing a lot if he does.
So I could send Saruman here. Now, what was the thing about leaders in combat?
They've got to have an army supporting them.
Yeah, does it have to be the same?
Action.
Hmm.
But I think it. Oh, I think it does. But
Thematically, I think it should. Leaders. Some characters are mighty warriors, but most characters only gain combat icons when leading an army. The leadership icons are represented, yeah. A character must have an army of the same faction on the same battleground. That army is supporting the character. He can't.
you've got the Devilry of Saruman in.
Yeah, but yeah. Oh no, I can't send that there anyway. I could send this there,
Yeah.
but at the moment it's 2 against 2.
Which is a draw, which is resolved in defender's favour.
Yes. So I'm going to send the Corsairs of Umbar by cycling that card. Back to you.
So it's now 3 against 2.
Yes.
With your Haradrim cavalry and reserve.
Yeah.
I'm going to pass.
Rob,
Um,
you've only got 2 cards in hand, or 3?
so I'm going to play this mount, Black Rider's mount. I'm going to sacrifice something. And this says, when played on a wielder in reserve, you may immediately move it to a path, even if it was played this round. So
Okay.
now there are 2 skulls on
Nice.
Ecuador.
Take that off. Back to you, Peter.
So that's 2 against 2.
Mm.
If I cycle this ring, I can add a shield into there.
Okay. I will pass.
I will pass.
Yeah. I think you're saying the Witch King in there, which isn't really worth it for 1 point, is it? Can't do too much, so I'm going to pass.
So we've all passed.
Okay.
So the round is over. So we resolve this. 3 against 2. Dol Amroth has been captured. Here, 2 against 3. They get eliminated. You get that. So
Is it just the character, or is it the mount as well?
I think it's everything.
Okay.
Yeah, because the mount is presumably an item.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the character, the wielder is eliminated, which means the card it was on is eliminated as well.
Okay.
Drawing cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn order or start player is now. Well, I assume the start player moves around. Maybe it doesn't.
I think if it was simulating the normal game, then it would.
Yeah, true. So, what we're on next? We're on one of these. Oh yeah, and you must alternate in order to get. So Harad, each shadow player draws a card. Nice. And site number 6 is Emin Muil. Each Free People's player must forsake 1 card.
No.
So we gained a card and you lost 2. And then Rob, it is your go first. The South ones are getting really involved in this game, aren't they?
10 cards in my hand now. You got any more? Have you got more than that?
I think I was going to.
10.
I draw 6 every turn now.
Right, okay. Oh, well, I'm supposed to draw an extra one. I get 7.
So you've got less than 10, right?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay, so I have to play something. I'm going to play an event. Draw 7 cards from these, eliminate 1 card and play it to 2 armies. Oh, I'm not going to play that. Sorry. I'm going to play Grishnak on Imimura. And
If on a path, you may use your action and eliminate this card to add 1 corruption, which is basically a point, isn't it?
yeah,
I think we worked that out. Corruption is a point.
so it doesn't count as a skull.
No, because you would eliminate it.
So I don't understand then what the point of that ability is.
Well, if you're going to lose the fight,
Okay,
you might as well just get rid of it and
Okay.
get a point.
so guarantees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back to the Free People's player.
Mm.
Flip in. Rule of it. Who is it? Is it me?
I think so.
Okay, so I'm going to play an event card. threats and promises. If Saruman is in reserve, active. Sorry, if Saruman is in reserve, he is. Activate or reactivate any Isengard battleground. Then you may move Saruman to that battleground, even if he was played this round. So I'm going to reactivate Helm's Deep.
Okay.
Nice.
And then I can move him to Helm's Deep. But I have to cycle a card to play that. So I will cycle a card to play that, and it will be that one. So I was a bit confused by the reactivating battlegrounds with shields on. So let me just double check that. I think it does have the shields. But if it was here when it was reactivated, it wouldn't. So it says, when you reactivate a battleground, its activation text is resolved again. Oh. Note that attackers and defenders do not change. See page 16 for rules in regarding background.
So then we have to take this out here. 'Cause that's
No, it's the other way around.
because you'd be taking it out of your own scoring pile, which you don't want to do.
Right.
Can't do that. That's why I was checking.
So if a battleground from one side's battleground deck is reactivated from the other side's scoring area,
Yeah.
it was not. That was your card from your deck. But if this was here, like
Yeah.
if we'd beaten it,
Yeah.
and then you reactivate it, the shields don't count
Yeah, because they've been
because they've already
been
been
defeated.
defeated.
so they haven't been defeated, so they're still there.
Correct.
So you've got a strength of 2 against 2 at the moment.
At the moment, no, it's only one.
It's only 1, but
Yeah.
it would be 2
It
if,
would be two if this turns up.
right.
But you now draw 5 cards, and from them, play one army or character on Helm's Deep and cycle the rest.
Okay.
This might be a bad idea. But...
Fine.
Well, I've taken put 2 points out of his scoring
yeah,
pile.
yeah, so we need to adjust that.
So that was another reason I did it. But whether it's the right thing or not, I don't know. Lars has popped in to join us. Hi, Lars. Thank you for joining in. We're still struggling through with learning the 3-player game. But
One army or character.
one army or character on Helm's Deep, and then cycle the rest. Yeah, I think 4-player is the way to go for this game.
Seems to be very few Mordor battlegrounds.
There was Morannon.
Mm.
They're all in here. Dol Guldur.
Mm.
Oh no, well, there's not many. There's Minas Morgul, Dol Guldur, and Morannon.
My army seem quite strong, but I have a very limited number of targets.
Yeah. Oh, but there's quite a few in this deck as well. Minas Tirith. What else?
But you are, yeah.
Morannon is the defending one.
So it's my go, isn't it?
I think it's your go. Yeah. Oh, Willem's just back. Hi, Willem. Friendly game of Marrakesh. Nice.
I'll play the Riders of Rohan into play.
Right, so what have we got? We've got Riders of Rohan and Garn Bury Garn.
Who was the card effect
Yeah,
character?
and that's a promo card. So that's got a shield because there is now. So that's the leader of this army.
Yeah.
So you got 2 shields plus those 2 shields. So you got 4 shields. Saruman is starting to rethink his choices in life. He's turned up on his own.
Well, he's got the Devilry of
It's
Saruman.
here. It's here.
Is he not going to call that into?
He is. He is.
Me now?
Yeah.
Play the hunter here. And
So that means you've got 2 skulls now.
2 skulls against 1 shield. Back to you.
I'm winning this at the moment. Up until the point when you bring the Devilry of Saruman into play.
Yes.
And
And then you're losing it.
then that'll be 5.
It would be
against-
5.
against 4.
Yeah.
Maybe it wasn't such a bad idea.
Try and fight
So he's
it
just turned up.
too many
Yeah.
fronts.
He's reset his clocks,
Mm.
and the orcs with the gunpowder are still on British summertime.
Classic Saruman mistake.
Oh yeah. Oh, daylight savings time again. Curse you, daylight savings time.
Help Steve has but one weakness. But we forgot.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings, the uncut version. Saruman sat there on his own, twiddling his thumbs, looking at his clock.
Might happen in the book Board of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings,
Oh,
yeah.
yes. Sorehead.
Harry Trotter or something like that, wasn't it? I don't remember now. No, that was another takeoff book with the same author, Barry Trotter, I think. That's
It was the bull hog. The Knights of Fordor. Right, I'm going to play Shadowfax onto Gandalf.
He's very tooled up. He's got his sword, his staff, got his horse.
Yeah.
Is it going to be? Yeah, Gandalf can come and defend Helm's Deep. Surprise, surprise! Saruman versus Gandalf. Is it me?
Yeah.
So we will send the devilry of Saruman to Helm's Deep. There you go. You'll go.
But you
Nobody saw that coming.
You're getting pretty good card economy out of that, aren't you? I mean, like 2 cards.
Yeah.
If you move Gandalf in, that's like 6.
So it's
Absolutely.
5 against 4. Well, if I play Quick Beam, send him in. Well, actually, no, wait a minute. I've got an alternative. Because that's just 1 strength. No, I'll do that anyway. What the hell?
Oh, Brett's popped in as well. Everybody's popping in. They've just played Artemis Project and Flamme Rouge. Nice. Not played Artemis Project.
Yep, so I put Quick
Flamme Rouge
Beam
is
in there.
fantastic.
So what's
So he
quick
gets
beams?
+1
Shield.
shield for each 2 Isengard characters and or army cards on the same battleground rounded down.
So he's got
that's
1 shield.
+1.
So it's 5 versus 5.
Yeah.
Right. Is it Rob? Yeah, I think so.
All right. And you've got no cards now?
Correct.
No cards in hand.
Right. And we're
Right,
winning, we're
but-
winning, are we?
It's 5 versus 5.
Okay.
So we are not winning.
Okay. We are
But
winning,
the only people that can go here is me.
we are
Anyway.
winning here, though.
You are winning there, and we're successfully defending here.
Yeah.
Look at how many shields Gandalf's got. That's ridiculous.
Path 6. So actually, I mean, I don't want to make the Witch King. It's a good point at the moment. I might even do that. Yeah. So I'm gonna winnow,
Oh,
eliminating
Oh.
these 2 cards.
yeah.
And
So
draw.
2 cards from hand to draw a card.
Yeah.
Peter, back to you. I guess you pass.
Yeah.
So I'm going to play the White Hand Orcs. The little army. Popped in just to say hello. Cycling that one. Back to you. Oh, no, you didn't have to pass. But you would have done. But you might not now. Ring, ring. Ring, ring. Is that Gandalf?
Oh, yes. Talking
Oh, no,
ring,
it's the ring. You haven't used the ring. I didn't mean that ring.
Okay.
You
Rob?
accidentally reminded him.
Yeah, I accidentally. We've got hours as well. Now might be the time.
Okay. Oh yeah, so I'm going to add this item to
Okay.
my Nazgul. Oh, there's no Nazgul in there. Oh,
No.
no, it's Nazgul. Yeah.
Okay,
Morgul
it's got a
Blade.
Morgul Blade.
Cycle that.
Right. Okay. Can eliminate that card to add a corruption.
Yeah, as an action.
Back to you. Paging Gandalf the White. Gandalf the
Trouble is,
White.
he's a one-shot weapon. He'll win the battle. But
Please report to Helm's Deep.
he'll win whichever battle it is, but then he's gone.
Does he get eliminated? He does.
So, well, I'll send him into Helm's Deep.
So Gandalf the White, with all of his toys,
Wow.
Goes to Helm's Deep.
It's pretty huge.
so my go.
Yeah.
I've got 3 cards in hand. My carryover limit is 2. So I have to do something.
'Cause
So I'm going to put that into the reserve by cycling that.
you can always cycle one card.
I could, yeah, but I kind of wanted to play that. Back to you, Peter. So what do all these things do? Okay.
Which basically says forget about it.
They give me the extra stuff while he's in reserve, which is why I didn't want to bring him in
Right.
into battle.
Right,
Because I lose all of those as soon as he's been played and fired and shot. All of that stuff is gone.
Yeah.
He's eliminated.
And well, he's only eliminated if he has to be. Otherwise, he gets cycled.
Right.
As with any other. But it's just you get to use him once. That's all. So he's great when he's in reserve, coordinating things. But then when you use him, he's gone. I'm losing here as well.
Yep.
And I haven't got anything here.
Correct.
These are worth 1 each, are they, to us?
So I'll pass.
Yeah. I think we're all passing, aren't we? Or Rob? What's the
That's
best
a
of it?
3, but my limit is 3. So.
Right. Okay. So battleground resolution.
Well, this one's easy.
This one's easy. We successfully defend it. We get a point. This one. I'll add the point on in a minute. So this one. So count the number of swords on attacking cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cancel the number of them equal to the number of shield icons. 2. If there are any remaining, you must cancel as many of them as possible, eliminating your cards from the battleground until either the number of shield icons eliminated equals or so you've got to eliminate. You've got to use 4 shields worth. But if you did this one, then that would be it. You'd then save these 3. Whereas if you did these 3, they'd all die, and then there'd still be 1 left, which would kill Gandalf. If that makes sense. Partial answer on BGG. The rule is the same in every scenario. Starting player token is passed to the next player in order at the end of each round. Yes. Yeah, that's the bit we knew. That wasn't the question.
So 3 out of 4. So 1 passes over.
And as long as 1 goes on, it kills the character. Because these are all items. So they're not separate sources of shields. It means Gandalf has 6 shields.
And one sword is enough to kill Gandalf,
Yeah.
and he's got 6 shields.
A defending card must be eliminated even if it cancels 1 sword icon, regardless of how many shield icons it has.
Feels a bit weird.
Yeah, so you either lose all of them, or you just lose Gandalf.
Okay.
So you lose Gandalf, you cycle the rest. The attacks get discarded, but you get the 2 points back. And then here,
We're,
I mean, you didn't want to pass. You wanted to use that first, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, so I think you just forgot.
Yeah.
So that's eliminated
But that was,
to add a corruption. Can you give me a corruption card? Corruption counter?
Yeah.
There.
as long as you're okay with that. I would have done that.
And then
I
it's
remembered.
2 versus 1. So Pippin is eliminated. But I don't know.
Path combat cycle instead.
And then we get this.
And these are eliminated.
So we've gained 2, 3, 4. And you've gained 2. Right. Okay. So. Come on. No, my software seems to have stopped working. There we go. Right. So 2 and 4. Right. Next, draw step. 1, 2, 3, 4. Crates come off. Start player goes back to you. We are fighting over Rivendell. And it is now site number 7, which is the Crossroads. So Rivendell, the elf player, draws 1 card and then cycles 1 card. And the Crossroads, each Free People's player draws 1 card. So after you've done that, you get 2 cards. Don't you get the overkill from the path instead of the path value? You're absolutely right. I completely forgot about that. So what? So
overkill's 2.
It's not 2, is it?
We had a corruption. And
Yeah, corruption's a
two
separate thing.
skulls versus
1 shield. So it's only 1. So yeah, thank you for that. You don't. I remember now. So we need another corruption.
Yeah.
We're 1 point down. Yeah, I completely forgot that rule.
Right. So that we'll put that there.
We put another corruption on.
Yeah.
Yeah. If we get path cards, they're supposed to go face down.
Yeah, that's I remember that as well.
So Councillor Velrond would have been the same.
Mm-hmm.
So we flip that over and we get another corruption. There you go.
So we lost. We should have.
There's no
we
difference.
had 2
We
more.
lost 1 point,
Okay.
but that's it.
Yeah.
Right. So Peter, once you've done all of your cards,
I didn't gain one that we shouldn't have
No.
gained.
well, we did because we gained 2 and it should have been 1.
Frodo into the Crossroads.
He's back again.
Back.
He's popping up. You don't want him.
Yeah. Oh, that's me.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Is that one I can play on? No.
Nope. Afraid not.
Just monsters.
You're too far south.
Yeah. There's so many pointless cards in my.
Just play him in reserve.
Yeah. I suppose that's a good thing to do, isn't it? It gets them out of my deck.
Mm-hmm. And if you've got cards that allow you to activate some battlegrounds, you can bring some in.
Mm. Wow. Yes, this is slightly tricky now for me. Sorry for taking so long. Okay, I can do that. So I'm going to Black Easterling in reserve.
Mm-hmm.
He sort of is good when Dol Guldur happens, but I also draw a card because of it.
It could go to a path
It could. But
if you wanted it to.
I'm deciding not to at this
Okay.
point.
Right, back to you, Peter.
Okay.
Yes, I can-
Galadriel ring again.
It's come up again, has it?
Yep.
I don't think I've drawn extra card.
Okay, so I'm going to cycle that to play that. Back to you.
Should have drawn an extra one back. Because that's what it says.
Played the Palantir of Orthanc.
Okay. That's one that's good if it comes out early, isn't it?
Mm.
I play Faramir into here.
Yep. You may activate a different path.
So I need to discard a card to do this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the only thing about that. So you score the points for it.
Yeah.
isn't it?
Would you like to activate a different path?
Yes, please.
Okay, so this one is resolved.
Yeah.
And you get the points for it.
These are both cycle.
They're both cycled. And then you choose a different path from either of the sevens.
We didn't play that Nazgul on there then. Because it would have got eliminated for no reason.
Hmm.
Dinner Day may.
You may forsake one card to draw 3 cards.
I'll do that.
Osgiliath. And then it's you, Rob, I think.
Is it path to the next? Is it at the same level?
Yeah.
Okay, some say I got a path to the next highest
Yeah.
level, don't
Yeah, Smeagol does that.
Me.
they? Meagle? Uh, right.
The commander. It's a skull.
Says
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'll send Sam Gamgee in against it. I'm sure he'll be more than capable.
1 skull, 1 shield. I'm going to pass. No, I'm not. I'm going to use my once per round ability. So I examine the top 3 cards of the deck. I'm going to eliminate Saruman's cloak because Saruman's gone. And I will cycle that and keep that. Me done. Yours again, Peter.
Give Sam the elf. At the moment, this is 1 against 1, isn't it?
Yeah.
So if he's eliminated during path combat, he gets cycled instead.
1 against 2.
he's going to play the Ringwraiths are abroad.
The Ringwraiths have gone on holiday.
Yeah.
Onto Ibiza.
Yeah. So I have to draw 7. Well, I'll cycle the card first. Yeah, I suppose. And then draw 7. And we have to reshuffle.
You're quite low on cards, aren't you?
Apparently so. I've got quite a few in reserve.
Hmm.
Play up to 2 Nazgul characters. Oh, eliminate 1. Play up to 2 Nazguls and cycle the rest. Why would I do that? It's weird. Okay, I'll eliminate this character. This card, sorry. Seems totally pointless. And I will play a Nazgul into Osgiliath for free.
Okay.
So that's 2
2 skulls, 2 shields.
And,
Back
the
to you,
other ones
Peter.
get cycled. These ones get cycled.
I'll give Sam Sting. Which is 1 and another 1 if the wielder is on the same path as a monstrous character.
These are not monstrous
Those
characters.
are not monstrous characters, so that's just 3
Still
against
3.
against 2.
I'm going to play a cave troll into my reserve. Cycle that. Back to you.
I'm going to play Villiers the Ring of Air, but I'm going to have to forsake a card off the
Use
top
that
of my
one.
deck to do it. And then that's my go.
You've got no cards left. No.
Not in my hand, no.
So Scott's got an answer to the question. Thank you very much, Scott. So turn order in round 1 is Gandalf, Witch King, Gandalf, Saruman. But in round 2 it's Witch King, Gandalf, Saruman, Gandalf, and so on. Yes. Right, there you go. So we are playing it right now. Thank you for checking that. It's still weird. It's still throwing me off. I don't ever want to play this game 3-player again. It was great at 4-player, but 3 players doing my head.
It's a very, very different experience.
Yeah. And yeah, I wouldn't want to have the draw 5 and find a Rohan card when there is your deck is twice the size it should be with fewer Rohan cards. It's like those cards don't work as well as they should.
Yeah.
So I think it's a 4-player game.
Right, I'm going to play Fell Beast Mount on the Black Easterling. And this goes in cycle, and this immediately moves to a battleground.
Oh, right. A battleground.
Even if it's played this. Oh, a battleground.
Battleground.
Sorry,
Rivendell.
Yeah.
can't move it there.
Not a path.
Sorry, my mistake. So that was actually a mistake before when I played it there. I should have played it there, but at least I've got it for next round. Sorry, I'm wasting time. Oh, this is getting tricky now. I'm going to put this here. This is a Nazgul's Mantle. If it's eliminated in combat, cycle it instead along with any other wielded items.
Mm-hmm. Now you can start sending the Witch King in.
Yeah.
Who can go to all sorts of places. Right, back to you, Peter.
But it's only in combat, right? Not here, not on a path.
That's combat.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
That's combat. That's combat. It's all
Oh,
combat.
Okay.
Everything's combat.
Oh, that changes things then.
Me? I am going to... Yeah, I'm going to eliminate this cave troll
Or Cave Troll.
to make each Free People's player forsake 1 card. And you'll go?
It's okay to forsake Glamdring since can't play it
Yeah.
anyway. So my go.
Yep.
I'm going to cycle Villiers the Ring of Air to get 2 cards.
That's very strong, isn't it? Who'd have thought the Elven Rings of Power would be that useful?
So if we're 1-1 behind now on this, aren't
We are.
we? If I sent Witch King, it would be 1 ahead, but you can just use the ring to put a shield in, so it doesn't seem really worth it. But I have a different plan, I think, which is to play Black Breath. So I'm going to play this on the commander.
Which is an item.
Yeah.
If on a path or battleground you may use your action and cycle this card, its wielder and any wielded items to add 1 corruption.
So we get a point.
So basically cycle the whole thing away to
Yeah.
get a point, but
Yeah.
we'd then lose that. But yeah.
But we're going to lose it anyway.
Yeah.
Unless you can do something drastic.
I can. Well, the thing is, if you've got the Witch King, if you put it in here, it's going to be cycled. It's not
Yeah.
going to be eliminated.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't we put it in there?
Because it draws no card every turn. And it will take me a while to get it back.
But we might win
Yeah.
No, no, we won't because we're losing that. So you're going to get 2 points from that because we can't really do much about Rivendell. Okay.
Well, it will gain us. It will be a point swing of 2 if I put him in, I guess, because he won't win that, and we will put corruption. We'll get corruption, won't we?
Hmm. Yeah, I'm not sure.
So maybe playing the Black Breath is a mistake.
You'll go, Peter? I mean, I think if we drag this out, we're going to win at the end.
Yeah.
So where are we on this?
We've got 2,
I've got 3.
and you've got 3.
Okay, so I'm going to pass.
Yeah, I pass. Back to you.
Pass again.
Rob?
I'm going to sacrifice Black Breath.
Yeah, so use your action, cycle this card, its wielder, and any wielded items to add a corruption.
Yeah, so we get
So-
a point.
Effectively, that's the point. Yeah.
In which case,
Yeah. Tracking whose turn it is complicated. Yeah. The Gandalf player is Peter. Yeah, they need to be experienced. And it's also the rules about all players pass in sequence. It's like, well, you know, whereabouts does...
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tricky.
so I'm passing.
You're passing, I'm passing. Peter, you're passing again, I guess.
Yeah.
Rob?
I haven't got any cards, so and there's nothing else to gain, so I'm passing.
Okay, so battle for Rivendell was not a battle. 2 points. Here, attack of 1. So Sam is hit, but because he's
Wearing the cloak.
cycled along with all of his wielded items. So it's all cycled.
This dice.
So that dies, but nobody gets this.
Why was it a draw?
Yeah, it was one attack.
3 depends.
Oh no, you get it, don't you?
Yeah.
You get 3 points. Wow,
That's 1 point.
good round.
Oh, 3 points in total.
3 points in total.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Off
We
we
also
go.
gained 1 from the corruption, which
We did, yeah. So, 4 cards. That goes, I believe, to there. Orthanc. That's 6, so we want a site 8. Gelob's Lair. So the Isengard player, that's me, may take Saruman from the draw deck or cycle pile to hand. Okay. And then the Isengard player recycles the cycle pile. It was about to do anyway. And then the monstrous player, which is me, draws 2 cards. Ooh, good round for me. One, two. Rob, you're first.
yeah, this is getting a bit silly now. Maybe I should have all these things in reserve to start with. So I'm going to pass anyway because I'm.
Because you've got fewer cards than Peter, so
Yeah.
you can pass. All right, Peter, you cannot pass. Well, you might be able to.
You shall not pass.
I've got 8 cards.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah, good question, Scott. If you want to follow up your BGG thread with that.
You got the extra 2 cards from that, yeah.
Yeah, I did, yeah. I got loads of cards now.
Good.
Loads and loads and loads of cards. The Riders of Rohan are attacking Orthanc.
Yep, they.
Shocking.
And they go.
Shocking. Well, I'm going to play a certain spider in her lair.
Genius.
Yeah. By cycling that card. Back to you, Peter. So at the moment it's 2 versus 2. The
It's only
Galadriel.
got a shield on it, hasn't I've got a
It's a shield. Yeah, so it's a defensive leader.
Oh.
Garn Burigan is one of the Woses, I think. Stone men.
Send him in anyway.
It doesn't do anything
No,
though.
of course he's not. We're not on defense. We're on
No.
offense. Yeah. I'll send Pippin into Shelob's lair on his own.
Rob?
Winnow. Even though my deck is getting very small.
Eliminate 2 cards to draw 1 card. Back to you, Peter.
I'll cycle Nenya, the Ring of Adam Ant. Put a
So
shield in there.
So Nenya is Galadriel's ring, but you had Vilya earlier.
Yeah.
I thought Vilya was Gandalf's ring.
Did I play it? I shouldn't have played Vilya,
You played it on Galadriel.
did I?
Yeah. It's alright.
I'm
It's an easy
sorry,
mistake
it's
to make.
Can't give it 2
it's
rings.
Elrond's. It's Elrond's ring.
Oh, it's Elrond's ring.
Yeah,
Yes.
Elrond was the one who started
Yeah.
my ring.
Blooming Galadriel with the 2 rings.
Just gone off down the pub wearing my ring again.
Is it me?
Yeah.
I'm going to play Gollum to here. By discarding that card. Oh, sorry. Cycling that card.
You may use your action to activate a different path of the same number.
Uh-huh.
Which so we immediately win that path.
We'd immediately win that path.
Good. Giving Peter a taste of his own medicine because it happened to us earlier.
And it also means that this would be the last round of the game
Yes, which
as well.
is probably okay given that we're winning.
I think so. Gonna be close. Well, we got the extra 2 points from here. It's going to matter quite a bit. We're going to have some reactivating of battlegrounds, I think.
Possibly.
We do this now, right? So we win here.
No, I've got to use an action to do it.
If on a path, you may use your action. Oh,
Yeah.
I see, right. It's not instant like the other one. Okay. I thought one of the pre-people's ones is instant. I'm not sure. It seemed to
No, I
happen.
don't think so.
It seemed to happen. Or maybe I just suddenly noticed it when it happened. It was there all the time. Okay.
Oh, we know.
Eliminate 2 cards to draw a card. Right. Roll.
Right. So we are winning here at the moment,
We are.
but he could play 1 card and it'll be a
Could.
draw.
Yes.
So maybe I should move this in. Or should I save it?
Well, I think save it.
I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm happy.
I can't play anything on a battleground, so this is a bit tricky now. I suppose I'll just put that on there. Black Breath. It's an item. You can
Mhm.
add corruption by cycling.
Yep. Peter? Yeah. Oh, he's got the Book of Westeros.
Blade of Westerness.
Oh, it's the Blade of Westeros. Right, okay. So it's a weapon that gives an extra shield.
Yeah.
So it's 3 versus 3.
Mm.
Which nobody's getting it. But it does... Is it going to kill? No. It will cycle. Still gets rid of him though, doesn't it? Okay, so I'm going to use my action to use the Palantir. I'm going to examine these 3 cards. I am going to eliminate the useless one. I am going to cycle that one and keep that one. Back to you, Peter.
Let's ring again.
Rob.
Shall I go? I shouldn't play that one there, should I?
Well, I think move here now.
But I should have put that one there. I didn't really have anything else to do. So.
Right, yeah. Okay, so that's gone there. So it's back up to 4 against 3.
Cycle it, I suppose.
Frodo's come in. So it's 4 against 4. Now you've still got the Witch King. The Witch King can come out here, can't he?
You can.
Back to me. I don't need to defend Orthanc. At the moment, it's 2 versus 2. And you can't send any more forces in from over there. So I'm going to play the Haradrim Mumakil in reserve.
Pass.
Does that count as a shadow battleground?
That is a shadow battleground.
Okay. Oh, in that case, I'll move the Witch King in.
How much does he add?
2 skulls.
So that's 2, 3, 4, 5,
4,
6,
5, 6.
against 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Pass.
Is it me? Or you?
Pass.
Pass.
Us.
Sorry, no, I'm not
Oh,
passing.
no.
No, I'm not passing, am I?
No, you
I'm
mean
doing
just
the
gone.
thing.
Doing the thing.
I'm doing the thing.
Uh.
So if on a path, you may use your action to activate a different path of the same number.
Okay.
So that's what I'm going to do.
So you win that one.
So we have a fight here. What were we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, against 4.
So 1's cancelled with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so all of those cards go, and we get 2 corruption.
So my Witch King gets cycled. Because he says this thing on him.
And if this card is eliminated in path combat, cycle it instead. Sheila has been eliminated. And what about Black East Link? Eliminated?
Yeah.
Okay, gone. Path 8 goes. Now, what was it said?
We've got to have a past 9 card.
Activate a different path. Oh, of the same number.
Of the same number.
Okay, so it isn't. Oh.
That's-
So let's have. Let's have the Morgul Veil.
Right.
The Mordor player draws 5 cards, and from these may play up to 1 Nazgul character, and then cycles the rest.
All right. Good. Except as usual. Oh no, I did.
And then it's your go, Peter.
Pass.
You pass in.
Pass.
You didn't want to send Aragorn to the Morgul Vale.
Well,
Okay.
he's only going to get defeated by something else if he does, so better if he stays in reserve.
Okay. Rob, you go.
I better pass then.
You pass. You pass.
Yeah.
I've got 3 cards. I'm not allowed to pass. Cheating. Totally cheating. I'll put that into reserve by cycling that. Okay, and then are we all passing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so the battleground, the Riders of Rohan bounce off Orthanc. 2 versus 2. So we get that, 2 points.
Nice.
And then we've got 1 skull here. So we don't get it, but we do get a corruption.
Don't get it.
Yeah, you don't get the points of the battleground,
Oh,
you just
yeah,
get the
yeah.
corruption.
Sorry, yeah.
So we're up by 3. Right. Final round of the game. Who's got the thing? So that goes back there. We're fighting over Lorien. And site number 9 is Morgai. So Lorien, the Shadow Battleground Dol Guldur must also be activated or reactivated. It hasn't been activated, so there it is. And we add a skull token to this path. Right. And then I'll draw 4 cards. 1. So Peter, you need a miracle. 8 points behind. We can just play this quick if we need to. Because I'm not sure. Well, you're 8 points behind, but with these, you're actually 10 points behind.
Okay. Well,
So-
if you can just call it, can you?
I think so.
We're going to win this, I'm pretty sure.
But even if Peter wins all of these, that's 6 points.
Yeah.
So we can call it there
I mean, I've got
rather than carrying on.
Yeah.
more than enough cards.
Yeah, and finally the battlegrounds have come out.
Yeah. What
Um,
about has come out?
Yeah.
I mean, I could have made a fight of it, but
I've got a load of Southrons that can't do anything. I've got a load of cards here that now can't do anything.
I got
I can send some monsters to Lorien, but I would just pile on here and try and get as many corruption as
4
possible.
skills here.
Yeah. Not that I've got that.
And I've got like 6 or 7 swords to put on there.
Right. But yeah. So yeah, not as good 3-player. Just because of the quirkiness with the turn order.
Yeah.
The game's still great. Game's still a good game. It just needs repeated plays
I think if you
to
really
get
know-
used to
yeah,
the cards.
If you really know
Yeah.
what you're doing as the 3 peoples, then it's probably okay because there's not so much.
Yeah, Scott said earlier on, it does need somebody who's experienced if you're going to play one. So there is a 2-player. There's another variant in here, which is the Fellowship of the Ring. It is a 2-player short scenario, following the journey described in the first book. And I would play that because it's cut down. It's 2-player, so you don't have any quirks. It's cut down decks, specific cards.
yeah.
And it tells you exactly which battlegrounds and paths to use. Rings are not used, so it's a shorter game for 2 players. But I wouldn't do the 3-player again. I possibly wouldn't even do the 2-player again because of that issue with, I think some of the card effects don't work as they should.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, I didn't play this. I'm not gonna try to excuse myself because I didn't play this very well. Partly through inexperience, but partly I just felt overwhelmed.
Yeah, you were getting so many cards.
There was just too much that I had to think about to try to identify the synergies, and it was just too much.
Yeah.
Would that improve with experience? Possibly, but would I want to gain that experience? Possibly not.
No.
I would definitely play 4 players. That
Yes.
was awesome.
That was
That
awesome.
2v2 was just fantastic.
I'm glad I tried it at 3-player because you never know these things until you try them.
I think it's okay as you know, as was mentioned. I think it just maybe need a bit more experience. You know, the 3 people.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you all love the game
Yeah.
and you've got loads of experience and you want to play it with 3 and you've only got 3 people, great, go for it. But I'm never going to be in that situation.
No.
So
Me neither. And and the way that a 62
62 because we got the promo cards.
a 62 card deck is unwieldy.
Yeah, with loads of cards, with loads of stuff. I mean, you got some simple cards, but it's the fact that, as you said, there's the synergies.
Yeah. And as you'd expect, when you've got the way that randomness works, as we all know, as games players, we know how randomness works. You don't get an even distribution of cards.
No.
You end up with 8 elf cards in your hand
Yeah,
at the time when you needed all of the Dinadan cards.
yeah,
And that's just how randomness works.
yeah. Anyway, we're done. Thank you very much to you two for joining me.
Yeah,
Thank you to everybody who's stayed with us tonight. As I mentioned at the start, this was just a fun stream with 3 of us playing a game. This wasn't sponsored in any way. If it was sponsored, we would have done a lot more preparation and stuff like that. But that's it. End of another week. We're all done. And next week is GridCon. So I'm hoping to do 1 live stream next week. It might be a Patreon-only live stream on the Wednesday night. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see if I've got everything done for GridCon because we leave on Thursday. But my monthly video log will be going live next week, where I'll talk about all of the games that I've played in the last few weeks. But then there will be radio silence for about 4 or 5 days while I'm off at GridCon. But anyway, thank you again to you two. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
We'll see you all later. Bye bye.